Hey y'all, happy Tuesday, happy day after Memorial Day. Hey Deanna, how you doing? What up, child? We gotta talk about Miss Shirley. Deanna, have you heard of Miss this little girl they call Miss Shirley? I think that her name is Lariah. Anyway, we gotta talk about her mama, child. Okay, I am deeply disturbed. Her mama's name is Tish, child. I'm doing okay. I hope you had a good holiday. Child, but yeah, like y'all, like per the title of the video, child, we gotta talk about Miss Shirley's ratchet mom, Tish. So for a couple of days, yes, she is from Starkville in Alabama. That's what they say, Alabama, right? Right, that's what they say, Alabama. At first, I thought it was Georgia. Hey, Tanya McNeil. Then somebody said Alabama. Well, now, Deanna, girl, oh, child. Oh, Mississippi. Oh, she's from Mississippi. Oh, okay, not Alabama, but Mississippi. Child, Deanna, I didn't even know it was legal for kids this young to perform in nightclubs. Child, nightclubs full of grown folks, okay? But anyway, let's talk about it, y'all. I hope that you guys, like I said, I hope that you guys are enjoying your day so far. Please double tap the screen, give your girl a like if you don't mind. But honey, today we have to talk about this little girl. Her mom calls her Miss Shirley, right? So in case you guys haven't heard, and I'm sure you have, but I'm just really latching a hold to the story. So evidently, there was this little girl's mom. Her name is Laura. I didn't know she had Shirley. And yes, child. Yes, Deanna. Let me tell you. So, the little girl went viral dancing. Um, she's a really good dancer. The little girl, she's gotten really popular. I guess off of TikTok or whatever, and Facebook. So her mom is just really putting her out there. And I want to talk about it because I'm scared for Miss Shirley. I'm scared for little Lariah, okay? Because her mom, in my opinion, is placing her in harm's way. Okay, now we know that we live in a crazy world, and some people, but you know, some people don't like. This is just simply my point of view, and maybe I'm old school or whatever. Hey, Miss Sandra, how you doing? Maybe I'm old school or whatever. Okay, don't off me. But this right here, this little girl is 4 years old, right? She's 4 years old. I don't know if her mom is living vicariously through her, cause her mom's name is Tish, and she's in my opinion, she's exploiting this little girl, right? She's been on the Jennifer Hudson show. Now, mind you, she's 4 years old for the world to see her, not just Mississippi or Alabama or people on Facebook or people on TikTok. You know, there are PDF files, there are predators everywhere, especially online, right? And she's 4 years old. So, a lot of people have been in an uproar concerning this situation. Now, when the little girl first started dancing, I saw a couple of videos. I saw her doing the boots on the ground. Oh, I got my boots on the ground, right? So, the more she performs this dance, the more provocative, unfortunately, that the dance is getting. Right? I mean, she's throwing her hip in the air, she's twerking. Now, mind you, she's 4 years old, right? And she is surrounded by adults. And she is doing these shows. She's surrounded by adults, right? There might be a couple of kids at the event or whatever if it's like a barbecue or somewhere. But her mom is scheduling her, to do shows. Like she's really putting her out there, right? And it's a scary situation in my opinion. Because like I said, we have PDF files everywhere. This event right here, I don't know what it was that's on the screen, but you got two grown men dancing with this little girl. and not one of these grown men is her father, right? And so her mama is going, around from place to place, booking the little girl not in nightclubs, at private events. Now I don't understand why. I didn't even know it was legal for you to be able to book your 4-year-old child to perform in a nightclub. I mean, like, why is she not in the bed? Like, are we serious? And so it's just real scary to me. The situation is scary. And so I want to talk about it. Hold on a minute. What was this right here? Uh, shoot. I can't even do this right now. But anyway, um, yeah, she's been booking the little girl, to nightclubs, pretty much making money off the little girl, right? And they said that she's got one viral video that's like over 100 million views on TikTok. Hey, Dr. Soapy on 30 million views or something like that on TikTok, and the little girl is just all over the place online, right? And like I said, I might be old school, but I am scared for little Lariah, aka MsShirley. Her mom doesn't seem to be afraid concerning the situation at all. Like I said, to the point to where she's booking nightclubs, making other, personal events. These adults are, wanting this little girl to come dance for them. These adults, right? And I've seen a couple of videos where the little girls is being picked up, by strangers. They're holding it, sitting. She's sitting on folks' lap, and child, that goes both ways. Why would they want to? Right, book a baby, and why would her mama do it? Right, her mama is well known hairdresser. All right, and B Price is really? Oh my god, maybe she living through her child. Then I don't. I don't know. You got a lot of like Hollywood moms. You got to um well, I mean, it's you know what, Dr. Sober, she is too grown, and that's her mama's fault. Cause the baby is 4 years old. Right? The baby is 4 years old. And her mom, hey legit queen, thanks for joining for the first time. Her mom is teaching her this wretched behavior, right? And so, yes, she's exploiting the child. So, yes, she is using this baby, right? She's using her for monetary value. She's using her for some kind of, I guess, fame her own self via the little, as it, as it pertains to the little girl. We've seen this before. This is not anything new, especially when it comes to the entertainment industry. We've seen. We've all heard stories. I'm old school as well, and I don't. Yeah, let me tell you something, child. I am so paranoid about things that go on in this world to where y'all know I used to work for social services. Child, I done seen way too much. And even if I had never worked for social services, that this right here, this is not the way that I was raised. When I was raised, when it came to the way I was raised when we was little kids, we couldn't even come downstairs. You know how you have your little nightgowns on, and you come downstairs and eat your little breakfast and all this and all that. Honey, we had to have on a house coat. I don't know if y'all probably, Deanna probably don't remember these house coats, or none of y'all, right? But they used to have these thick house coats. They were like a quilted material. So we would have our little nightgown that came all the way down to our knees. You had to put your house shoes on and your house coat before you can come downstairs for breakfast, right? We couldn't even come downstairs anyway. And you better not get caught sitting in somebody's lap, okay? That my daddy will lose his mind. All right? The whole thing is just scary to me. And like I said, I don't play when it comes to child safety. You remember that, Deanna? Child. you know. So let's talk about Tish. So little Lariah, MsShirley's mom, her name is Tish, right? So there have been a lot of concern online. When you put your business online, people gonna talk about it. We all know this, right? So some man, some creepy looking man with a unibrow, had made a video saying that he called DCS on the mom concerning, I'm gonna say the alleged exploitation of MsShirley, aka Lil Lariah, right? He said he called DCS and he don't care if you don't like it and all of this and all that. I saw a picture of the guy, and I'm thinking, well, you look creepy too, right? Now we're not gonna act like she is not putting her child in harm's way, because she is all over social media. Now she has been on the Jennifer Hudson show. We live in a day and age to where everybody is just one click away, right? In my opinion, right? Somebody could. My concern is, well, I got a couple of them, but one of the you know, somebody could find this woman's address and be waiting around for this child and snatch her up. She did a video when she did the first boots on the ground video. From what I understand, she was planning her little dollhouse that she's got in the backyard. You showing it to the world. What if she's in her dollhouse by herself one day and you ain't paying attention, or you think it's okay to go to the bathroom and leave her in the backyard and all that, and you come back and she gone? That is not safe. And you better not be in the room when grown. It's right when the grown folks are talking. Okay, you got that right. So we didn't even have to say that. Just look, just look like you had a place. Child, just look like you had a place, right? Honey, we used to hear the grown people talk. We used to be under the porch, child, being nosy. At the bottom of the window, being nosy, just being nosy. Okay, but this little grown acting, all of this and all of that, this right here, child, my daddy would have been in jail. But I just I can't. It's not safe. But anyway, especially in this day and age, like I said, everybody is one click away. We got a whole bunch of weirdos online, right? Somebody could find out where this little girl live and stalk her, and take her out of a window one night, right? It was a couple of years ago when there was this story going around to where this little girl was abducted, from her bedroom at night. I think it was a little trailer, right? A little cotton colored girl. And come to find out, the person that abducted the little girl was supposed to have been a family friend, a friend of the family, right? And so, and then we've heard the stories of, what's her name, Elizabeth Smart. I think she was taken out of her bedroom. This was years ago when I heard about this. Just so many. Thank you, Dr. Soapy. Just so many bad, incidents. And when it comes to children in the entertainment industry, I don't understand why she used to had to end up on the Jennifer Hudson show. We've heard so many bad things that happen to these little kids in show business, like as far back as like Shirley Temple, Drew Barrymore, Brooke Shields, shoot, Ty Bridges, Emmanuel Lewis, Patty Duke, honey, the list goes on and on, right? A lot of those Disney children. Look at how Britney Spears turned out. And that, what is it, like that, the Duff, Huff, or whatever that girl's name is. These. Oh my God, it's just horrible. It is scary. So I don't know what her end game is here, but you are booking your child for these adult events. Like I said, I didn't even know it was legal for a little child as young as 4 years old to be booked to do a dance in a nightclub. I mean, a nightclub full of adults because everybody else child is at home. Okay? A baby girl was taken from her home here years ago. Oh my God, and drowned. Her killer confessed in church about 30 years later. Lord have mercy. See, it's just all stuff like that, right? And like say she's at one of these events, right? Hey, Burr. Say she's not even at a nightclub, right? She say she's at like some kind of cookout, right? At an event, or just like hanging out or something like that. And somebody's stalking this little girl, stalking the little girl and the mom. Her mama could turn around for a few minutes because she think her little baby's on the playground playing or something, and turn around back around, and that baby will be gone. It really just happens that fast. So I really don't understand the thinking behind this. But anyway, like I was saying, I was cut off because I was reading y'all things. Y'all please tap the like button a couple of times if you don't mind. Give your girl a like and share the video. And so, what was I gonna say? Yeah, somebody could just snatch her up in a minute. You could turn around, turn back around, honey, and the little girl is gone. We've seen that happen. The producer of Nickelodeon and Disney. Okay, allegedly. All right, all of those little shows And so it's just unsafe. Anything can happen in the blink of an eye. So, but you putting your little girl out there, you're promoting her, and all of these strange people, are around her. You're not, or you're not worried about it. She don't look like she having fun, at certain points of time. She looks like she's afraid in some of the videos. The man that called the guy that called CPS, that's what I was talking about. Um, he looked creepy his own self, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, right? And so you don't know. And then you got, oh, and then she had a Facebook page, right? They were talking about that she had a Facebook page and she had a, like a, what do you call it, a group page, a closed group page. And she was calling it her OnlyFans page. It was something dancing, and then it says OnlyFans, right? And she was trying to say, well, I didn't mean OnlyFans. I mean, it was for fans only. And I'm like, girl, you playing on words. You mean exactly what you said. You are exploiting your child, in my opinion. You meant OnlyFans. That's why you put it on her. And they was like, and so, they was like, well, we looked at the Facebook group, and it was a bunch of old women and all this. So look, let me tell you something. Anybody can put any kind of avatar or fake picture up that they want to on this internet, right? You might have a whole closed Facebook page full of PDF files, okay? Looking at this little girl. And some of the comments are disturbing as well. They commenting on how the little girl is, shaking and all of this and all that. This is absolutely inappropriate. And, like I said, just cause you have a female name and a female avatar, honey, that don't mean you a female. And if you are a female and you are egging this on, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. So anyway, the little creepy man said he called DCS. And then it was said that a lot of people were concerned and called DCS. The mom there's a video saying that she had to come to the police station, for questioning, behind this incident because people were reporting this incident and stuff. And so she was mad and she came back and did a video. Honey, she was cussing every two or three sentences and I mean every two or three words. The little girl was in the background chiming in. And I was like, oh, why is this baby chiming in at 4 years old? You know, she's talking about, yeah, she created the fans only page for a 4-year-old, but she had only, it was something about dancing, and then it says only fans. And then she said she meant, for the little girl fans only. But you knew when you put only fans on there, you knew what you were saying, right? Yeah, female predators too. Female predators, male predators, a predator is a predator. Don't get me wrong, you know. And yeah, Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so, but I think they said she gained popularity, I believe, from the TikTok video or something. The boots on the ground. She got a little fan, with her. Please post a link on your wall. Okay, Deanna, I sure will. Or you could just type in Miss Shirley, and a lot of videos will pop up because there's been a lot of commentary about it, right? And so, what made me pay attention to it was I was trying to find me something to look at on YouTube last night, and I was watching Nick at Night, and she started talking about this little girl that was dancing very provocatively and all of this, and she started breaking down what was going on, and that's okay, okay, Dan, I sure will. And she started breaking down, what was going on and what some people were concerned about. Now, mind you, a lot of people don't find anything wrong with this, but a lot of people do, you know. And yeah, the name, yeah, she said how she got the name Miss Shirley was the little girl was like I guess crying in the car one day or something like that, or being real whiny, and she said something about we ain't gonna act like that today, Miss Shirley, and ever since then the little girl wanting to be called Miss Shirley or some kind of wackadoodle thing that she was saying, right? But anyway, she was cussing out the people because she was mad because, you know, people call CPS on her. Now, at this point in time, this is exploitation, in my opinion. But when it comes to like a CPS case or something like that, I don't think it's grounds for CPS to intervene at this point, unless it's illegal for her to be booking this girl at nightclubs and stuff like that. I don't know if somebody mentioned that. Like I said, I didn't even know that was legal. I'm thinking, I'm still trying to figure out how that works. She books her for private parties with adults and all of this and all that. She got a whole bunch of strange play uncles and ooh, the child is just bad, right? And so she was on there talking her smack, and the little girl was in the background talking her smack and popping her lips. I was like, if this ain't some ghetto ratchet mess, I was like, oh my God. Nicknames is a country thing. Miss Shirley um isn't weird to me. Well, I mean, what's weird about it to me is that that is what she's choosing to call the little girl in the midst of all these adults. That I guess I don't know, but you're right, Deanna. She's 4 years old, right? And and the little girl is getting more provocative, and the mama is egging her on. It don't look like she having fun no more. I am just so concerned for this little girl. And did you know that when it comes to black women and black girls, they are disproportionately impacted by human X trafficking and things of that nature. And we know that studies have shown that our children, especially our female little girls, are sexualized as early as kindergarten. This little girl is 4 years old. She is not even in kindergarten. She is in pre-K. Why is she at a nightclub at all times of night, surrounded by all these people and stuff? Where is her childhood? Does she know her colors yet? Does she know how to spell her name? Does she know her alphabet? Can she count to 10? I mean, like, what are we doing? The fundamentals? Are you reading the books at night? What are we doing here? Like I'm confused about that. What about the basics? What about education? And then the Tish woman, her mama said that her mama used to let her play dress up and all of this and all that. But did she put you on the internet for the world to see you and exploit you? Was she making money off of you doing all of these dances and booking you for shows and stuff? Was she doing that? That's what I want to know. And so, and what does she think about it? Right? And still in pull ups. Is she still in pull ups? Child. What about potty training? Why is she 4 years old still in pull ups? Child. Whew. Well, I tell you, like I said, I must be old school, child. Mm-mm. She clubbing at night, no books at all. So she ain't even get booked in the club. She just there with the grown people, huh? That is so scary. And, in my opinion, I ain't never seen nothing like it. But like I said, you have to think about, like, I don't even know um what is the mentality behind something like this. Like I don't get it. I don't feel like it's safe. Like I said, somebody could snatch this little girl up and be gone. You could be at a cookout or a party in a park playing. Somebody's been stalking y'all for days. You turn your back for 2 minutes, the little girl gone forever. It's just horrible. And so they don't care about our melanated kids in this country. They don't even want to put you on the back of a milk carton when they used to do that. You know, no, she can't be getting proper rest. And so you're not gonna do this today. Yes, they're going to be, her on Instagram about to put child. So you got time to teach her dances, but you ain't got time to potty train her, and she 4 years old. Is that what y'all telling me? You got time to let her dance around. And why are all these strange men wanting to be around this little baby and dance with her or anything else? What does that say about them? Okay. And what does it say about the all the females that are supporting um this mom teaching her daughter to do all of this, and she's 4 years old? What's gonna happen when she goes to school and she's in school because she's so used to all this attention, and she start doing all this gyrating and stuff in school, and you start getting calls from the school. Okay? What's gonna happen then? And so maybe some of the people that were calling, the CPS want to give the mom a wake up call or something. But honey, evidently it didn't work. It just pissed her off because basically she said she gonna keep on doing it. Okay, she gonna keep on exploiting her child, and I feel so sorry for this baby because she don't know no better. Because now that and then another concern that I have, so Miss Shirley don't know what's going on. Well, Miss Shirley is 4 years old. All she knows is she having fun and she getting attention from strange grown folks. The girl singing, yeah, she was singing what my haters said, and I'm like, she don't even know what a hater is. What are you talking about? I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Right? The ratchetness of it all. And then her mama, I mean, girl, are you really trying to live, vicariously through your 4-year-old? If you really thought she had and she can, she can learn the dances. She is on time. She's a good little dancer. Put her in dance class. Put her in a little baby cheerleading class. Put her in gymnastics or something like that. Why do you have booking her at nightclubs around all these grown people? What if you go to drinking one night at the nightclub, saying I'm just gonna have one drink, and people keep giving them to you so you can get tipsy on purpose so they can do something to your child or take her away from you, and you will never see her again. Like what's really going on here? And when it, and then we've seen like moms like this, like the Brooke Shields. I don't know if y'all know who she is from back in the day. She had her daughter doing some of the most today it would be considered child PORN. What she had her daughter doing, even to this day, that woman and poor little Drew Barrymore, she was drinking when she was about 10, 11, 12 years old at these adult parties that her mom was taking her to. It's just so horrible. And I seen one video of this young woman talking, and she said that, she used to be like little Miss Shirley right here. And, grown men will follow her around when she was about 10 years old. And she was like, of course, it's unwarranted attention, and it really sounded like something happened to that young woman, you know. And yes, I did, Miss Sandra. Y'all, she did a skit to evidently, I didn't know about this challenge. Evidently, there was a red dress challenge by Johnny Gill or something on TikTok or Instagram or something. And they had the little girl, the song was in the background, and she had a red dress on, putting on some lip gloss. Her mama put a wig on her, and she was dancing to the my, the Johnny Gill song. I'm thinking, what in the world is, and she was 2 then. So she was 2 years old then, and she's 4 now. So she is just like really pushing, this kind of this thing onto this child. And it's just very sad to me. Like, I feel sorry for the baby. It look like she ain't having fun. After a while, kids will think things are fun, and then they're ready. They're ready to move on to something else, right? And so, what's gonna happen when she's ready to move on to something else? What's gonna happen when she don't want to do it no more? Now, I also have seen her do a video where she was talking about her child was having fun, and Miss Shirley, the little girl, was in the background talking about something. Cause Miss Shirley don't do nothing she don't want to do, and all of this and all of that. I'm thinking, Lord, this child is 4 years old. She don't even know what she's saying, and the mama just kicking, ha ha, and giggling and laughing. But, honey, Miss Shirley, your mama is making money off of you, child. You gonna do it, okay? She that child. She done booked all these. She done turned this little girl into an extra stream of income or something, you know. And then do y'all remember what was that Tyler Perry movie? I can't think of the name of it. Where there was 2 sisters, a lighter skinned sister and a darker skinned sister. And the mama had trained up the lighter skinned sister. She was gonna be her retirement plan, right? She kept trying to make the lighter skinned sister marry Blair Underwood. The actor Blair Underwood. I can't think of his name in the movie, but he was abusing her, and she was trying to make her stay with him, and all of this and all of that. You know, yeah, but you're just dealing with hypocriticals. Oh, hypotheticals at this point. Well, I mean, I'm dealing with reality, in my opinion, because anything can happen. She could be in a Walmart, turn around for a few minutes, and that little girl can be gone. There's plenty of children that have been gone, missing without a trace, that are not even as have never been publicized. To this degree. are appearing in nightclubs, and they just get vanished without a trace. But it's like you're putting a target on this little girl's back. Like it don't take nothing but a quick little Google search to find out where this girl lives. You know, and like I just said earlier, people be coming through people's windows to get to their children. We've seen that. It's horrible. It is horrible. You got all kind of PDF files running around her praising the little girl, male and female. I don't think it's cute at all. This ain't cute. All that stuff that she's doing is too much. And her mom is making is good with it. And so you got all these grown people picking her up that she don't even know. That's got to be scary to her. Toting her around. Child, what if one of them pick her up one day and just walk off with her, and the mom don't even know she gone? It's just so sad. I don't agree with it. And this is just my point of view. And some people might not find nothing wrong with it, but I find it very disturbing. I find it very disturbing. Like I said, what about the fun? She should be learning how to count, to 10 and know her colors and, learn how to write her name and things and play with her little toys and her little dollhouse, not having to go on, booking, engagements at nightclubs and things of that nature to be put on display. What kind of mom really does a thing like that? That's ridiculous to me. And she is trifling. Her mama is, because this little girl don't know no better. And I bet the little girl is tired of it by now. And then she's probably, and even if she's tired of it, she's trying to please her mama because she love her mama. You can tell, she love her mama, and maybe she'll just, want to keep doing it, just to please her mom or something. I don't know. But the whole thing is just wrong on so many levels, in my opinion. And I just wanted to share with y'all what I thought about. There's so many videos online, concerning this poor little girl. She just pretty as she can be too. Just cute and innocent and people, PDF filers, they love innocent children. You know what I mean? And you can tell the little girl, she's real innocent, she's real sweet, and she don't understand, what is really going on around her. And then who knows what her mama do for an almighty dollar. If she's willing to put the little girl out here to the world like this, who knows whatever else she'll do. Okay, because we done seen it done before, you know. And so, I mean, I'm just afraid for her. That's what I feel about it. I don't think it's cool. You got a lot of people that don't think it's cool online, and then you got people that think it's okay, and she just so cute and all of this and all that. And I'm thinking, honey, where is your home training, right? And then make it so bad. I don't know what these people do up north or whatever, and all this and all that. But down south, you would think people got more home training than this. Okay, especially down here, down south. But you know what? We in the era of all them crack babies back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. They are now adults and they now have children. And so maybe that's what's going on, in this world right now. And then this what, everything is about money. I guess even when it comes to your children. Okay, if you see your child got a talent and you want to make a TikTok video and it go viral and you make money off of it, then you go on to a private Facebook page so they can see even more of the little girl. Then you start booking her for nightclubs. They can see even more of the little girl. It's just horrible. It's a scary situation. But for her to be in the midst of all these adults in a nightclub, that is just, it's just beyond to me. Like, I don't understand that train of thought, you know. And I feel sorry for this baby, little Lariah, aka MsShirley. Child, she don't have no parenting skills. It's like she's putting her baby on the market or something. I don't know how to explain. The whole thing is just creepy to me. Miss O, someone in the comment section said to the CPS caller, they gonna dox him. Lord, I mean, they probably are. And because they probably already done doxed Miss Shirley's mama. But he looks so creepy on the video. I was like, did he have a unibrow? Why was his face so puffy? Look like he done been stung in the face by bees or something. I'm like, oh my God. And why is he so obsessed with this little girl, honey? I side-eyed him. Okay, when he made the video telling me something, yeah, I called and I don't care who mad about it. I'm like, child, if you don't sit your mm-mm. Honey, I had to start side-eyeing him. After all of that, like, why you so, what, I mean, what is your purpose behind all this, sir? What are your true intentions? Because he looked like a creep, in my opinion, his darn gone self. And like I said, she got all these so-called play uncles and, oh, Lord. And why would you want people that you don't even know and you never even met to feel like they have permission to pick up your child and pass her around like she a rag doll? Honey, the little girl got merchandise and all of them little fans that she be carrying around. And I'm like, what is this lady, Marmalade Jr. or something like it, girl? Somebody need to take Tish outside, out back, and lay her on the ground and put their boots on the ground. Okay? That's what they need to do. Because the mama, Tish, she done lost her mind. But you know what? I think she know exactly what she doing. You know. So it's just a whole bad situation, y'all. I just want to bring that to y'all, child. I gotta come back and do another video because there's been some explosive testimony in the P Diddy case so far. Child, let me tell y'all a little bit of it before I get off it, right? So Capricorn Clark, P Diddy's longtime assistant, she was P Diddy's assistant. What a segue, right? She was P Diddy's assistant back when he was with Cassie, right? And so, child, she done testified that he kidnapped her, and make her, show them where Kid Cudi lived, and they had guns, and they broke into Kid Cudi's home. They wouldn't let her go. Made her call Cassie and told Cassie that they wasn't gonna let her go, and Cassie had to meet him somewhere, child, down the street, around the corner from Kid Cudi's house. Child, the Capricorn Court said he done about was beating and kicking Cassie. Made Capricorn Clark get out of the car and walk. And they said, well, did he keep beating her after you left? And she said he was still beating her when I turned the corner. I said, Lord have mercy. So she done confirmed that. She done confirmed what Cassie had to say. She done confirmed what Kid Cudi had to say. And at the same time, P Diddy is going for a mistrial, right? He wants a lot of the evidence that they have on him stricken, and he wants a mistrial. The judge is not gonna give him no mistrial, and people didn't understand why they were going for a RICO charge. Well, the federal government is now laying out the evidence of this RICO charge because you kidnapping, you firebombing people's car allegedly, you holding people, just so much. That's a RICO charge. That's organized crime. You extorting people for money. Y'all know he extorted the mom and the dad for $20,000 and all of it when she left and went home to her parents. Child, it's just so much ratchet stuff, but ain't no telling what else Capricorn Clark done said, child, since I've been on here. And then he allegedly beat her up real bad, just like he beat up Cassie. Oh, Lord, and nobody could do anything about it. She said she was scared to call the police, but she called the Cassie's mom and told Cassie's mom to call the police. Child, it's just so much. I was like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I gotta keep listening to that to come back to do a video about that. But honey, so far Miss Capricorn Clark is doing her thing on the stand. And but as far as MsShirley girl, little Lariah, I'm praying for you, baby. Okay? Instead of her mama taking her to the club at night, she needs to have her on the schedule so that she can be potty trained, okay? So that she can get enough sleep at night. Like I have never, things go from bad to what they tell you that those that are not in the melanated community, sexualize our little girls and women as early as 5 years old, which is like the age of kindergarten. So now you got, melanated moms exploiting the kids their own self. at 2, 3, and 4 years old. And I'm like, oh my God. And she know exactly what she's doing. She just don't care. Okay? She's doing it for a reason. I don't know. Like I said, she's clearly making money off the little girl. She's exploiting the little girl. I don't know if she's living vicariously through the little girl. I don't know exactly what all is going on, but it's something deeply troubling, in my opinion, about the situation. Call me old school or not, but this right here, this is not natural. All right. This is not normal. It's unsafe. I wish CPS did have grounds to do something. But clearly, honey, she didn't get scared by CPS because she came online and did that video, and the little girl is sitting right beside her. While she cussing and saying all of this and all of that. And joining in on the conversation. And she's 4 years old. How does she even know understand what her mom is saying? And kids are smart these days, though. They catch on quick, child. Okay, but for a mom, a young mom, to be putting her child out there like that, that is what's scary to me, you know. And so I just simply don't understand. But anyway, I want to come and give my little point of view, let y'all know what I felt about Miss Shirley and her ratchet mom, Tish, and then you got people using the little girl already because she met the guy that wrote the Boots on the Ground song, and he was just so happy that she made his song go viral and all of this and all of that, and he couldn't thank him enough, and he had tears in his eyes, and she gave him a big old hug and a big old sugar. It's just, I mean, the whole situation is just, oh Lord, it's just scary to me, right? And so my thing is, and then sometimes people would, do she realize that clearly she's not married, right? Sometimes people will get with you to get at your children, okay? They will get with you, okay? They will wine and dine you and love bomb you because they really want to get to your children. They don't even want you, they want your kids, okay? Is she weary of that? Like, what is really going on? There's so many things that can happen bad to this child. So, just all types of bad outcomes, you know, um, could happen, when it comes to this situation. And like I said, we've seen this type of exploitation, before, and we don't even know how many little girls are going through this, but this little girl right here, we know about her because she's went viral on the internet. For all all the predators are online now, okay? And you don't know what kind of plans some of these widows got in store for this baby. Like I said, somebody come snatch her out of her window when she's sleeping at night, or pull her out the backyard, or get her off the playground. Child, anything can happen. It's just not safe, and her mama ought to be shaming herself. And somebody need to put their boots on the ground on that mama. Okay, and where is the daddy? Does he even care? Like, where is the grandmama? But I guess the grandmama somewhere around because she said that her mama will let her do this. Miss Shirley's mama, Tisha, said that her mama, will let her prance around like this and all that. And so, honey, I guess she got it from her mama. I don't know, but it's unsafe, and you're not so stupid. You can book all these events and have all these TikToks and these internet pages monetized and all of this and all of that. That means to tell me, honey, you're not insane. So you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly the fact you realize that you are exploiting your child for money and for whatever else you think. Why would you want to make a shortcut when it comes to your child life? If you want her to be in the entertainment industry, or she want to be in the entertainment industry, then honey, do the right thing by the child. Okay, you got people out here complaining about Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Number one, Blue Ivy is 13 years old. Okay, and clearly she wants to be doing this. She wants to follow her mom's footsteps, right? But Blue Ivy at 2 and 4 years old wasn't putting on no red dress and no high heels, okay, and no boots on her. Even in concert, her dances are conservative. They could be worse. She's 13 years old, you know. Then you got the other end of the spectrum, this ratchet thing over here, this Tisha, being just having all this stuff, surrounded by her child. At least Beyonce got Blue Ivy on the stage, and she not at somebody's, little juke joint or whatever. It's just horrible. Or somebody's cookout, you know. And so I don't think it, some people are comparing the two. I don't think there's any comparison, in my opinion. Because at 4 years old, you can't decide whether you want to do something like this or not. It's ridiculous, you know. But anyway, that's all I got, y'all. I'm finna get off of here, honey. I'm finna listen to some of these reports that are going on about Capricorn Clark and what she is saying. Miss O, someone in the comment section said the CPS call. Oh, I read that. Sorry about that, y'all. This is old. But as far as calling CPS, child, they're not worried about nothing like this. Unfortunately, you know. Um, I just really would like to know if it's legal to book a child that's 4 years old. If it's legal for her mom to have her in a nightclub, performing for all of these adults, these adults. I really would like to know if it's legal or not, cause oh my goodness, and these private parties and stuff like this, and I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? Oh, child, I guess time will tell. I just hope that nothing bad don't have to happen to this little girl, for her mom to be snapped back into reality. And really, at the end of the day, I mean, she wanting something bad to happen to the little girl, and you can't put past nothing past anybody these days, right? You got moms, and then you got breeders, okay? And so there is a difference. And honey, she sound like she a breeder, okay? It sound like she wanting to put her little girl on the market, for lack of like Kim Kardashian's mama did her. Except this baby is 4 years old and still in pull-ups. I'm like, Lord, you can't teach her to you can't potty train her and get her on the schedule, but you can have her doing all this and all of that. Like, what sense does that make? Like I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so scary to me. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me, child. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you don't mind, please double click that like button on your way out the door so this video can, get traction. Share the video if you will. But like I said, this is my point of view. Everybody got a right to think how they want to think, just like I do. Like I said, my train of thought might be considered old school, but I would never. This is too much right here. It's too much. Like anything can happen. It's a whole bunch of weirdos. They all online. You know, and so you don't never know what's in somebody's mind. Like I said, take a quick Google search to find out where the little girl live and all of this and all that. Child, you don't know if you got people. You know, I mean, and why was she on Jennifer Hudson's show? Is Jennifer Hudson a future handler? Because we know what happened to people like Justin Bieber, in his music industry. He ain't right to this day. Will Smith's son, what is his name? Jaden Smith. Lord, it don't seem like he all the way wrapped too tight. Just so much can go wrong. And then we've heard the stories about Hollywood and how they that when you do certain types of sacrifices, I'm talking about in general. Um, I don't know. That's a video for another day, but I just really hope that her mom will have a change of heart. I hope that her mom will care enough about her, um, not to keep exploiting her like this. I hope she doesn't have to get a scare, in order for her to stop doing this. But at this rate, that's what's gonna happen. And even if she gets a scare, is she gonna stop booking the little girl like at nightclubs and private parties and stuff? I'm like, ooh, child, I ain't never. But anyway, that's all I got. Love you guys. Check out my product tag bag. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Peace.